Welcome back to CBS Soap Dish Recap, where we recap everything CBS soaps, both the young and the restless, and the bold and the beautiful. This is your bold and the beautiful recap for August 30th, and look like there is a messy paint showdown between Taylor and Brooke, and then things get really fierce between Hope and Steffy. So, yeah, we have the battle of the moms and the daughters when it comes to little Douglas. So, before we unpack all of this, take a second to make sure you're subscribed to this channel and don't forget to like and share. So, we're over at the Cliff House and we see a little private moment between Steffy and Finn. They are still enjoying their time being back together since being separated for so long, especially since Finn was pretty much thought was gone at this point. So she's happy that he's here, and they're kind of reminiscing on everything that has happened to get them to this point. However, Hope, on the flip side, is in crisis mode again because of the fact that she's worried and concerned about this whole thing that's going on with Douglas staying at the Forrester mansion. So she decides that, hey, he has to come home. He's been over there long enough. It's time for him to come and live in that little dark, tiny cabin and stay and have fun at the Forrester mansion. Speaking of the Forrester mansion, little Douglas is over there having fun with paint because, as we all know, the Forrester patriarch and his dad, his grandfather, they're all artists. So why not see if this little boy got the gift that might have been given to him? So now Grandma comes over, that is Grandma Taylor comes over and visits her grandson and her son. Everybody look like they're having a good time. Even Eric. Eric is like, don't clean up this mess. Leave it here. Because when I come back, I want to do some painting with my great-grandson. So, it seems like everything is happy. And so I don't even know what Hope is worried about. I think it's more about her having control of the situation and she don't want to lose it. That's what this is about. So Thomas said, you know what, let's just check in with Hope. I know she's worried. So Douglas does give, Hope a call just to let her know that he's having a lot of fun over there with great grandpa and dad, and, they're painting. And I don't know what Hope was thinking, whether he was going to be begging to come home, but it doesn't seem like that. And of course, that's not making, Hope happy because she was hoping that he was ready to go. So she asked if Thomas was around so she can speak to him. Douglas gives him the phone. And so they have a conversation like, oh, okay. Hope is like, I hear that you guys are having a good time, but when is he coming home? And he's been over there long enough. And he's like, he's having a good time. We're at the Forrester mansion. He's a Forrester. Why not let him have some family time with me? And pretty much Thomas was done with the conversation. He decides that I'm done talking and I'm about to hang up the phone. And of course, that shocked Hope, because she wanted to finish trying to push the issue of bringing Douglas home, but the line is dead. So she's like, man, that's kind of cold. So then she had to break the news to her overreacting mom, which was the fact that he said he's not going to bring him home and, maybe soon. Or I think he said something like, I'll talk to you soon. And of course, that didn't sit well with Brooke. Brooke is like, you're his mother. Douglas belongs home here with us. He can't just do this. This is not the right thing to do. And so she decides that she come up with a bright idea. Her bright idea is to go over there and try to see what's going on and try to straighten the situation out. Hope acts like she's trying to stop her, but Hope wants her mom to stir up some trouble. Every time Brooke goes, she be like, but Mom, what are you doing? You're not stopping her either, Hope. So you know exactly what she's about to do, which is to go over there and hopefully get what you want. And she knows that. Meanwhile, back over at the Forrester mansion, they're having a good time. Again, painting those pictures. He wants to paint his grandma a picture. However, they're out of black paint. And so now they're going to go off to try to get some paint in the meantime so he can make that picture just for his grandma. And I'm loving what I'm seeing with this particular scene. I just like the fact that he's really in a good place. And also, as they were getting ready to head out to go get the paint, Taylor, his mom, even kind of commended him by saying, I am so happy for you. You're doing so great. And that put a smile on Thomas's face, because you want to hear that. That's a compliment. So they head on out and go get the paint. Meanwhile, while she's, relishing in this moment of, seem like life is good, she has a conference call, and as she's finishing up her conference call, guess who walks through the door? Like I said, they do not lock doors on The Bold and the Beautiful. None other than Brooke. So she kicks off the argument, standing up for Hope and arguing that Douglas belonged at that cabin. Whereas Taylor, on the other hand, insists Douglas belonged with Thomas at the Forrester mansion. And they go back and forth. This whole feud goes to a whole new level. I mean, at some point, you would think somebody got some common sense here. And the interesting thing is that Taylor wanted to end the conversation because she was trying to go out the door and Brooke wouldn't let her. And I'm like, girl, you laying hands trying to stop her from leaving? I mean, she don't want to argue with you. I mean, I think at this point, Taylor took the high road trying to leave, but the fact that Brooke stopped her, it gets worse. So we got another feud going on the other side. And so it's time for now Hope to show up. She's first of all coming in and talking about, are you busy? Because I need to talk to you about something. And Steffy was trying to keep it strictly business. Like, is this about hope for the future, the deadlines? And she was like, oh, no, this is not about business. So Hope decides that she wants to be resistant on this whole Douglas Mansion move-in, which of course leaves Steffy frustrated, and she's ready to take charge. She's also decided it's time to put Hope in her place. So Steffy gives this whole powerful speech about, the Forresters and Douglas' rightful place in their family, because Steffy feels like there's too much Logan influence in Douglas's life. So she wants Hope to back off and perhaps get Brooke to back off too. Now, Hope defends her role as Douglas's adopted mother and act like Steffy is the one that's way out of line. Now, despite Steffy's insistence that Douglas should primarily live at Eric's place, Hope just won't think that that's what's best for him. So, I mean, Steffy is making it clear that she'll support Thomas doing whatever it takes to regain control of his son. Whereas Hope, on the other hand, she's like, no, you're going to back down. That is my son. I adopted him and you have no say so. The crazy thing about all this is that she asked why we got to make this all about, meaning Hope, about the Logans versus the Forresters. And it was so funny that Steffy said, well, especially since your mom slept through our entire family, that's why I'm making it this way. Because of the fact that I got to sit back and watch all this going on. Let's go back, because we still got this brouhaha going on. And as Taylor tried to leave, she ends up knocking some paint over onto Brooke's outfit. Well, it doesn't just land there. And she was like, oh my God. And she started laughing about it, meaning Taylor. So Brooke decided to repay her by painting her shirt blue. And it turned into this whole back and forth. And at some point, it looked like they started to have fun with this as if they were actual kids. at a food fight or something. Now, we've already had these two along with another occasion with Brooke and Stephanie with this whole food, this time paint. And Douglas just went and left out of the house with his father to go buy some black paint. Look like he's going to have to replace all of the other colors as well, because these two are having a paint slinging fest. And you're in a mansion. Hopefully they got some people that can clean that mess up. But this whole thing is absolutely crazy. It has nothing to do with Douglas. Brooke is still talking about how she's using Douglas, meaning Taylor, to get in between her and Ridge. Brooke, because you're on the opposite side of Ridge, you're the one coming in between you and Ridge. And then Brooke is also trying to blame Taylor for using Douglas. And she was like, I never use my grandson to come in between this situation. Just like you did. Yeah, Brooke, just New Year's, you were trying to use your grandson to keep a big secret as you were kissing Deacon, shall I say Santa Claus. How quick she forgot about that. But these two, they need to cut it. All this over that little boy, over Ridge. I mean, Thomas is the biological father. So, I mean, they need to cut it out. And as for these other two, this whole Forrester versus Logan's fight, seriously, it's not going to end well. And the fact of the matter of who's going to be caught in the middle, Douglas. Okay, so there you have it, your recap for The Bold and the Beautiful for Tuesday, August 30th, 2022. If you haven't checked out the Young and the Restless recap, it has been already uploaded to this channel. Let me know what you think about this crazy episode where we got this paint fight between Brooke and Taylor, and this whole Logan versus Forrester fight between Hope and Steffy. And until the next video, like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you soon. Bye.